Say subscribe. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my first ever Shop My Stash. So I thought it would be pretty neat to show you guys what I use mainly on a daily basis to start. As if you follow me along, you'll probably know that I do quite a few shorts. So my foundational and my face base type of products usually don't change too much, but my eyeshadow and mascaras and things and eyeliners might change quite a bit because of the shorts that I do. So I thought that I'd take you through the things that I use pretty much on a daily basis, and then we'll omit some things and take some things in or out. And then I'm hoping to keep this series updated as I go along, so that'll be pretty interesting. So I guess the first thing I'm going to start with it would be primers. And so I use this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin primer a lot. This is a really glowy one, and it's more of a serum than a actual primer. So but it functions excellent as a primer. So this is really good for if your skin's dry or if you want that really hydrated, dewy look. This is great for that. Another primer I have in here that I've had forever, this is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte. I've had this for 100 years. I am going to take this out because it's probably expired, but I'll see this week, and if it's still good, I'll keep it, and if not, I'll toss it. I haven't done a video yet. I've done some decluttering, but I haven't done decluttering on everything. So I need to do decluttering on bronzers, highlighters, and concealers and foundations. So this is another one I really like. This is Smashbox. This is the Glow Primer Illuminate. I do really like this primer. It's a really nice primer. They used to make one, the Photo Radiance, that I really liked, but they don't make that anymore. That had a little bit of a tint to it, and this one does too. So when you use it, it's a little bit tinted, if you can see that. And it just gives your skin a really nice glow. But it's not as glowy as like the Danessa Myricks, and it's not as dewy, I guess you could say. So, but I do really enjoy that, although I really like the Photo Radiant one a lot better. So those are the primers that I usually use, and that'll remain the same. And then I have eyeshadow primers. So I really like this one. This is the one from Fenty, the Fenty eyeshadow primer. And it's just the Pro Filter Invisipink. And I do really enjoy this primer. I use this quite a bit. The next one I have in here, which I just have it in here just to keep because it's a little tube, but I don't wear it that much. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. This one is so opaque. It's really white. So when you put it on, you can only use this like a little bit because it does show white behind. And that was just a tiny, tiny tap. But it is a really nice primer. It's just sometimes, depending on the look that I'm doing, it's just a little bit too white. Too colorful for the eyeshadow look that I'm going for. And the other one that I use all the time and I swear on is Too Faced. The Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And I know this is the old school tube, but I just opened this because I have the one with the applicator that's more of an applicator like this one. And it just, nothing wants to come out of it. I don't know if it's dried up already or what's going on, but I would prefer them to come back to this format here because this was the best stuff. And I use it and I enjoy it. In fact, I have a tiny one hidden in here. And if I see any come in a sample or whatever, I hoard them away. But I really love this. This is my all-time favorite eyeshadow primer. Really nice. It's not real opaque, but it does a really good job at keeping your creating a base to put your eyeshadow on, and keeps it from, creasing or anything weird. It's my all-time favorite. So next we'll do concealers and foundations, because that would be the next thing that I would put on. I would do my concealer. So I kind of have my lip stuff packed in here, because usually this drawer, this is the top drawer of my vanity. Usually my stuff is strewn all over my vanity. I don't really have, I usually keep this for the things I do use the most. However, not everything that I use the most usually fits in this drawer, if that makes any sense. So I just have this set up for now, but this would be usually out where I could reach it rapidly. But I have gotten a habit of keeping my eyebrow things, my bronzers. They are usually in here. The only difference is this basket here would be out on my vanity, and I guess that's the only real major difference. So in the back of this drawer, I have stashed some like newer, you know, eyeliners that I use all the time, like MAC. And that way I know where they're at, because you know how easy it is to lose those small boxes and things. And maybe a new mascara or two are back there where I have, you know, easy access to them. But anyway, I'll go back to my concealers. So right now, one of my favorites is the Makeup Forever. This is the HD Skin, and I absolutely love this concealer. This is great, as you know, I don't like to admit it, but I have maturing skin, and this is a really good one for not creasing and not acting weird, not showing texture. It blends nice, just like a dream. I mean, just look. And you can see how it just, even the lines in my hand, it just went right over them. And this color is 1.5R. And I love it. This is one of my very, very favorite concealers. It stays put. It doesn't crease. It doesn't make my eyes look dry or cakey. They look dewy and hydrated with it. Another favorite one of mine, this is the Fenty. This is the We're Even concealer. Now, this one I don't use directly under my eyes, but I use it on the rest of my face and before I put on my foundation. And this is the shade 240N, and I love this. I've used this concealer for a couple of years now, and it's definitely on my top favorites. I use it every day, all the time. And it's the same thing, kind of like the Makeup Forever, where it blends. It doesn't go into lines. It doesn't cause creasing. It's beautiful, easy to use, makes your skin look really nice. So it's definitely one of my top favorites. And then another one, I just got this in the shade that I needed. And this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And I love this concealer. This also I use on days that I don't use the Fenty. And I don't put this under the eye, I put it on the rest of my face under foundation, but this is just glorious. I know there's been a million people that have reviewed this, but to me it's a newer product because it was a little spendy. So I just got this on sale. I'm one of those people that I buy stuff on sale. If I see something, I normally don't just rush out and buy stuff. I wait till it goes on sale. And so it took me a little bit to get this in the shade that I wanted and for the price that I wanted it. But it's the same thing. And this really is stretchy. Like, you can really get a lot, even out of that little dip that I put on there. And it's nice. It doesn't go into fine lines. It doesn't crease. It doesn't make your under eyes look, or I'm sorry, you know, it doesn't look weird. I don't use this one under my eyes. But I love that one too. So those concealers will be staying in my drawer. I do have other concealers, but as far as my main ones, those are the ones that I use the most, and that's what's staying here. Next, we'll go into foundations, because that's what I would put next on my face. And this one is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. This is the shade 3.5. And I enjoy this. I really like this. This is really nice. I know a lot of people use this for oily skin, but I really think it's phenomenal for dry skin. Because when I was younger, I had extremely oily skin. I mean, I looked like a, you know, it would just be like an oil slick on my forehead and throughout the T-zone. And when I was younger, my mother would only let us wear compact, like a powder from CoverGirl, the old CoverGirl shaded compacts. And by the end of the day, it would just be orange. I'd just look like an orange, you know, Oompa Loompa or something. And I wish they would have had products like these back then, because this is just glorious. I love this. You can see how that just blends right in. And I wear this a lot. I'm starting to put quite a bit of a dent in there. And I do put it on with a brush. And I love this. It's so easy to use. And it looks beautiful. It lasts all day. It doesn't make my skin look... It doesn't look really dewy, but it's not a flat matte either. But if you put it on over that primer, the Danessa Myricks Serum Primer, it does look dewy. But if you want really dewy over that, you have to use one of these from Danessa Myricks. You can tell I'm a big Danessa Myricks fan. But these two products from Danessa Myricks are absolutely outstanding. This is the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. And then this is the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. And they're both they're different. They both are glowy and dewy. But this one is a tint. And this one is a little heavier and it's a serum. But you only need a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of this. And it just glides right on. And if you use her primer underneath these, they're glorious. Absolutely. So on days I want more coverage, I'll use this one. On days I'm just out for something super quick and easy, I'll use this one. But these are phenomenal. I can't even begin to say how wonderful that these products are, or anything that Danessa Myricks really is. So they will be staying in my drawer. Another one I really like is this Makeup Forever Super Boost. And this is a skin tint. And it's the same, excellent. Just an excellent, excellent product. You don't need a lot of this. It's a medium coverage. You can see that I'm putting a dent in this, what I've used here. And you can see, I see it moving around. There's, I'll probably finish this one, which I usually don't finish a concealer or a foundation. I am the worst one for, getting through, partway through something and getting something else. So, but this, I just love this. I reach for it all the time. And it's a beautiful skin tint. And it does have a medium coverage. And it's easy to use, easy to wear. It doesn't look, it's a more of a glowy finish. And it's just stunning. So those are my foundations. I don't have a lot of foundations. But I will be doing a declutter because there are some that I've used that I really like and some I don't care for. So I'll be featuring them in a declutter later on. So the next thing that I could look at here is bronzers. And I have my bronzers over here. Well, first is a contour. This is a little contour from Iconic London. And I really like this. It has a contour in here, a cream contour, and it also has a bronzer on this other level. And I love the cool tone. So it's really hard to find something cool tone. And this is perfect. Perfect cool tone for me. And I really enjoy this. And I use it all the time. And I have, the only other one that I really like this that's cream. Well, one of the other ones is Fenty, the matchstick. And I can't find it. So as I've been straightening up things in in front of my vanity here, I've rearranged and arranged things and had declutters and things, and I can't find my Fenty matchsticks, so hopefully I find them eventually. This Tarte Sculpt Tape is excellent. I love this for a contour too. I just got this on sale not long ago, and I know I had it in a different video, but this taps on. And it's so easy to use, easy to blend, and it's just gorgeous. And it's a nice cool tone. I really like this for contour. I've really been enjoying it. This is a newer product to me, but I do really like it, and it'll be staying in my drawer. That would be the two main contours that I use. So as far as for bronzers, I just got this one also from Too Faced. Finally, I've waited for years to try this, and I finally snagged it during the Sephora sale. And this is the Too Faced milk chocolate sculpting stick. And this is just perfection. I know that I'll be using this all because I'm not sure if this little packaging is going to last me very long. But I love this. This is incredible, and I'm so glad that I picked it up finally. And because I've really been enjoying it, and it's a wonderful cool tone, just perfect. It blends like a dream. It looks beautiful on your skin, it's just a great product, and I am a big Too Faced fan. Not so much of their eyeshadows lately, but I've used Too Faced products for years and years, and they are one of my very, very favorite brands, and I'm just really, really happy with this cream bronzer. Another one I use a lot is the Smashbox. This is the Kelly Contour palette, and this is a great palette, and I've had this for quite a while. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit. So this contains the contour, the bronzer, some kind of a powder. I don't use this powder here, and a blush. And this is really a beautiful palette. I use this a lot. There's a dent in this one. And this is the one that you'd use for contour. And I usually use this even at contour / bronzer. So I'll use this one. And it's really, really pretty. I'll turn this mirror around so it doesn't blind anybody. So you can see the cool tone. And I love that. Then I'll swatch the bronzer beside it. So the bronzer is a little warmer. And then I'll swatch the blush, because the blush is really nice. It's very unique. A very unique shade. And then there's 2 highlighters in here. And I don't use the highlighters as much as I do the contour, the bronzer, and the blush. But that's one of my favorite palettes. It's definitely one of my favorite bronzer type of all-in-one palette like that. You don't often get things like this. And so this is one of my top favorites. Another top favorite of mine that's not even sold anymore is this one by Vanity. And this, I know it's all dirty, but I've used this quite a bit. This is the Sunstalker bronzing palette, and I love this. Now, I remember when they sold this, it didn't have the greatest of reviews, but the packaging is really beautiful. Really expensive looking, feeling too, heavier packaging. Big, nice mirror in here. But these are the shades. And I absolutely love this palette. And my favorite shades are this one here and this one here, which I mix these two to do a shade like custom for me. And then it comes with 2, you could use these as highlighters or eyeshadows. Or you could use this whole thing as an eyeshadow look, you know, instead of just bronzer or contour. I love this palette. This is one of my very favorite bronzer palettes. So I don't see what the problem was with it for people, because it is glorious. I'll do a couple. I'll swatch the 2 shades that I use the most in here. And it is pretty powdery. So I don't know if that's what, you know, people don't like about it. And I'm having a little trouble swatching it, but trust me, it works. But I guess maybe it's because it's so buildable. You can build this, and maybe people don't have the patience. I don't know. And I'll do a couple of the other ones. I don't use anything really warm tone. Like this is too yellow for me. I would never use that. I might use this one, though. Ooh, yeah, that's really pretty. Now, that's the sort of a bronzer that I would use in the middle of the summer, after I got a little bit of a tan or something, or even with self-tanner. But I love these. And I love playing with this. And I love creating my own bronzer look. You know, my own bronzer. And I've used this a lot. So I really love it. I would say if you could ever get your hands on one, like maybe, you know, Poshmark or Mercari or wherever, I'd grab that for sure. But it'll definitely be staying in my top drawer. Now this is a newer one to me. This is Danessa Myricks, of course, Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. And this is beautiful, beautiful. I haven't got to play with this too much, but I love this too. The shades are beautiful. You can see where I've dipped in here with a brush. And it's the same thing, kind of like the Fenty, where you can customize, you know, which bronzers that you want, or your lip color or whatever. But I really enjoy this. It lasts just like the rest of her excellent formulas. It blends easy, just a dream. It's dewy, but I really love this too. I haven't used it that much, so this is a newer product to me. I got this one. They had a Good Morning America feature where a lot of Danessa's products, well, certain products were half price, so I snagged this. Love it. And then another bronzer that I love, love, love is this Hourglass one. And this is, and you can see it's filthy, Ambient Lighting Bronzer, Diffused Bronze Light is the shade. And I love this. I've used this a ton. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I enjoy it. And it's not glowy, glowy. It's not super glowy. So it's not like a highlighter. And I think people might think, oh, well, it's going to be shiny. It's not. To me, it's not shiny, but I love it. I love that one, and I use it all the time. It's one of my favorites. It's almost kind of like another one that I have that's nice is the Huda Glowish. It's not in the main drawer today, but I might pull it in, here or there. But it is also really nice like that too. Okay, so we've covered primers, foundation, concealer, bronzer, and we'll go to blush. And now I have a lot of blush. I have too much blush. I have blush, probably enough blush for the rest of my life. Doesn't stop me from doing this video. So the first one that I have in this drawer was the one I just got for the summer, is this Fenty Beauty. This is the Cherry Pied, and this is stunning. I love this blush, and I've been wearing this quite a bit since I picked it up. And I do like the shinier blushes. This is something I wouldn't have went for a couple years ago, but as I got into the dewier makeup look, I've come to really appreciate these shinier blushes because they give some dimension to your face, and it's not like dull flat. And I think that masks some of the aging issues with maturing skin. So I love these. I really, really love these. Another one that I've been using, of course, a lot is the Jeffree Star Skin Frost. This is Glamorous Heist. And these are newer for him. He just came out with these around Valentine's Day. But this is such a nice big pan. You could use it everywhere. And I'll swatch this guy. And these are super stunning. Just if you love glowy blushes, you will absolutely love these. And I'm using these tons. And not only for blush and highlighter, but for eyeshadow. They are spectacular. Okay. Trying to get some of that off my finger. Another one that I'll mention, and this is more along the highlighter, but this is the Danessa Myricks. This is the shade Unbothered, but this is one of the low lighters. But you can use this as a highlighter too. And I put this on underneath my foundation. And it's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. I don't even have enough words to say. It's not a blush. It's more of a highlighter. But I put it on underneath the foundation, and then it just like this glow from within. Or you can add an extra highlighter on top of it. Stunning. One of my very favorite items. This will never, ever, ever leave my drawer. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it that much. All right, another blush. This was in one of my videos, but this is the Smashbox Hot Stick, and this is in the shade Poppy Pick. I love this. This is absolutely stunning. This is a beautiful, beautiful strawberry-like blush, and it's gorgeous. It blends gorgeous. It's just so summer. Such a summery type of a shade, and it's beautiful. In fact, I just ordered another one from Sephora, one of the other shades. Ulta, because they just had this on half price, these Smashbox blushes, and so I picked up another one because it's just so pretty. Okay, and then another, of course, one that I really, really love, and this is Peach Bubblegum. This is by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and this is a liquid blush. And I know I've featured this before on my videos, but it is always close for me to grab it. And there's sometimes like on Sunday where I don't really want to put on a lot of makeup or anything. So I'll just, after my skincare, I'll just add blush. I know that seems kind of weird, but this is one of the ones that I reach for, is this Peach Bubblegum here. And it's just beautiful. In fact, I think I blended it all away. But you have a lot of playtime with these Jeffree Star. They're not going to be like totally obnoxious unless you really want them to be. And what I like about them is you can work with them. You have that time to move them around, and they're not going to leave a big old dot on your face that's unblendable. They don't dry down super quick. They're really easy to work with. And then so are these. So I've been using these little ones from Huda. I just got these from the Sephora sale, these little itty bitty Huda Beauty, and they are phenomenal. So, in fact, in my drawer, I actually should get my Huda, but I don't know where they went. I have the bronzers for this, but they definitely belong in my top drawer. So I'll have to find them, and hopefully the next time I do one of these, I'll be bringing them into the drawer. So this is that shade. This is the strawberry one. And that's just beautiful. And it's the same thing to where they don't, you have the playtime. They're easy to blend. You don't have to worry about them not being able to blend and leaving a dot on your face. And I like that. I don't care for ones that dry quick, the liquid blushes that you can't get off your face. I'm just going to use a little bit of toner because I don't know where my Sephora wipes went. I started this video without my Sephora wipes, and then, so I'm going to have to suffer. But that's probably the last of my swatches for this stuff anyway. So I guess that worked out. One other thing I'm going to bring in, well, a couple things I'm going to bring into this week for bronzers is these bronzing drops. These are the ones from Drunk Elephant. And I do really like these for the summer. You mix them with your foundation, or you can put them on by themselves. That's fine. But I do enjoy these. And then I have the ones from e.l.f. I don't know where they are either, but I actually like them better. These ones, the Drunk Elephant ones tend to want to pill something, but I'm going to put them back in my drawer for the summer, just because, to get rid of them too. And then another thing I'm going to add to the drawer for my stash for the summer is this bronzing powder by MAC. And I love MAC, everything MAC. And this is a nice neutral one. And it's a little darker than the other ones that I have. And this is glorious for summer. I really love this in the summer. So I'm going to put this back in the bronzing drawer. And then I use, as far as for face powders, I don't use much face powder. But I do have this little Huda Beauty Bacon Snatch. And this is the compact form, and I have used it. You can see that it's, it's the logo's wearing away. And now I don't put this under my eyes, but once in a while I will powder my face just a little bit, like on the top of the cheeks, my forehead a little bit. And this is excellent. So I wanted to try the powder version. This is called the Baby Bake. This is Huda's, what's this called? Cherry Blossom Cake. So I wanted to try this one. So I just picked this up during the Sephora sale. So this is going to go into the drawer, and hopefully I'll get to try that one too. So I'm going to go over eyebrows, and then we're going to do eyeliners, mascara, and eyeshadow palettes. So for my eyebrows, I have two eye gels that I really, really love. And this is the one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And then this is the other one from MAC. This is the Pro Locked Brow Gel. And I love both of these. This one is just stunning, but the applicator has a long side and a short side. And I always use this first. After I comb my brows, I'll use this one first. And then the same with the MAC. This applicator from MAC is really different. It's like a triangle, kind of a goofy shape. But boy, has ever worked to stand your eyebrows or place your eyebrows where you want them. And it's just so easy to use and so nice. But I really like this. I think I had got this in the Christmas, in the holiday set, the holiday advent calendar. I got this one, but I've really been enjoying this one. Then I have three, well, this is a brow pencil, and this is one of my favorite brow pencils. I don't use brow pencils a lot. Only if I want to fill in a few areas after I have used the gel. And this is by Billion Dollar Brows. And this is a nice neutral color. And I really enjoy this brow pencil. I don't know. I think I'd probably have, if once this runs out, I'd probably have to get it at TJ. But I believe I've had this a while. I believe this is an Ipsy leftover, but I use it all the time. I really like that. You can see that nice neutral color there. I like Anastasia's Brow Wiz will usually pull warm on me. And so I'll make me look like I have orange brows, you know, or an orange tinge or whatever. But I like this one because this one doesn't do that to me. And then I have the Too Faced Brow Wig. And this is really nice. I really like the brush. And this is a beautiful one for the summer. Like, my eyebrows aren't very dark. They're lighter than my hair color, so I do like that. Then this is from MAC. This is almost empty. I'm going to try to get rid of this. This is the Big Boost Eyebrows Fiber Gel. And this is really nice too. I'm almost out of this. It's almost empty. You can see the empty marks in here. But I do really enjoy this. And it has that itty bitty brush. And I love this one too. I think I have a new one of these somewhere. And then, of course, this one is my favorite. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this, I think I use the shade medium brown. Yeah, medium brown, because the light brown is too reddish on me. But this is excellent. After I have the brow gel on and it's dry, I go over my brows with this. And it's like really nice to make your brows a little darker. But I love this. I use this all the time. And it is my favorite right now. So for mascaras, I have this primer from MAC. I've been trying to use this up. It's okay. This is the MAC Stack. I love that mascara. I usually look for a volumizing mascara because my eyelashes are thin and scrappy. And so that does a really good job. Another one that I really love that's volumizing is the Fenty. This is the Hella Thick, and I love this. I just wish I would have got this in blue. She had it in blue for some game, Arcane or whatever. There was a version, and I just couldn't order it fast enough, and it sold out. But I really wish that she'd come out with blue as just a permanent part of the line, because I'd love to have this in blue. I love this mascara. It's absolutely excellent for volumizing. And then here's some eyeliners that I have in my drawer for, I do a lot of looks, like I said, shorts. So I like to have these around. So this is a new one. This is the new one from Urban Decay. This is the brown one. This is, what the heck is the name of this thing? Tootsie. I just used this in my last video and on a reel. It's really nice. Then my standard, you know, ride or die eyeliners are the MAC. So this is the MAC brush stroke, and I absolutely love this. You could not pry this out of my cold dead hands. It is a brush tip, and it is so excellent. It just glides on so easy and doesn't skip. It doesn't run or anything crazy. Love, love, love this. It's just the very, very best of the best for eyeliners, in my opinion. And then another one from MAC I use all the time is the Color Excess. And this I use as for the waterline and to blend under the eye. And I love this. This is in black, the ride or die, glide or die, or whatever shade that they call it. Love this. And then I have a couple others from, oh, this one I just tried this from Juvia's Place. This is why this is in my drawer. This is their liquid eyeliner. And this is nice. I tried this yesterday. And I did really enjoy it. It's a brush tip. It's a little bit of a thicker tip than the MAC one, but really easy to work with. And it didn't skip either. The shade of the black is a little bit shinier than the MAC, but I really liked it. So I'm going to keep it in the drawer and see if I continue to like that. Then I have a purple eyeliner from Urban Decay. I love their eyeliners. And there's a weird sticker on there. Yeah, Viper is the shade name, but I don't know why there's a sticker with Viper on it. Right there. Weird. And then I have a blue one. And it needs sharpened. So, but I'll probably use these in reels. And then I have the black one. The 24/7 Urban Decay black eyeliner. And I also have a little liquid one from MAC. So this is a little, just a liquid last liner. And it's kind of like the old-fashioned type of a brush liner. And I do like it. I enjoy it. And I use it once in a while. And I was interested, I think I'm going to order the black one that you use with a brush from MAC, just to try something different. I think I'm going to get one of those. I had one from Anastasia, but it dried out and I had to throw it away. So that was it for the drawer. This drawer. The only thing we're going to go out is eyeshadow palettes. So my eyeshadow palettes will change weekly because I use them for shorts. So I've been trying to do at least one short a week, and now I'd like to bump up to 2. So last week I used the Jeffree Star cremated palette, and I love this palette. This is my absolute all-time favorite palette. Favorite palette ever, ever, ever. I love this. I love the shades. I love the variety and the textures of the different shadows in here. I love the shimmers. I love the glittery ones. I love the mattes. This is just an absolute stunning, stunning palette. My very favorite. And you can see I've used it a lot. And yes, I have a backup. I actually have a new one that I got in a mystery box that I've never touched and I keep for a backup because I really don't know what I'd do without this one. I love, love, love it. And it's so versatile because if you want to pop, use it with a different colored palette and just, add a pop of color to it or whatever. If you want to do just maybe almost a brown like, neutral theme, you have these colors here. Oh, this is just heavenly. I just really adore this palette. And I just did a reel with this one, or a short reel. Usually my shorts I do on YouTube, I put as reels over on Instagram. But this will be coming out of the drawer because I did the work on it that I wanted to do. This week I used the Icy Nude, so I have a reel or a short that's coming that'll feature this palette here from Huda. And I love this palette. It is gorgeous. And it's supposedly her last big palette. And it's just a lot of fun. Now, it's a lot different than the Jeffree Star. You can get that look, and that's a look that I did with the almost the gray and the silver shimmer. But there's a lot of other colors in here and choices. So there's a lot of brownishes, and there's a lot of burgundy pink-ish shades, and then some gold. She added some gold in here. So it's really different. It's really unique. I really love it. Those 2 glitters on the bottom, they are just glorious. I used this bottom one here, and you would think there'd be chunks or falling all over. I don't. I put it on with a brush. Absolutely love this palette. So this is in here for this week. And last week I also worked a lot with the Orgy palette from Jeffree Star, and oh, I love this palette. This is newer to me. I just picked this up. He had them on half price not too long ago. So I just got this, and oh my God, it is just glorious. Absolutely glorious. I really enjoy this one. It's just one of those ones that you use that every time you sit down at the Vanity, then you're like, where's that Jeffree Star palette? Where's that palette? Because you just want to keep playing and playing and playing with it. There's so much variety here. Excellent formulas. The shimmers are just bomb. I love it. I love it, and I've been using the heck out of it. So, but this will be coming out of this week too. And the next ones I'm going to use would be coming in. I'm going to pull out the Naked palette. This is the Redo from Urban Decay. And what I wanted to do is, I love this one too. This one I've used and used and used, and I do really, really super enjoy this one. But I wanted to use their new Moon Dust eyeshadow and Diamond Dog with it. So I want to put together a short and a reel with a look from that. So he'll be coming onto the Vanity. And then the next one coming onto the Vanity is going to be the Jeffree Star Gothic Beach, because this was his big summer palette last year. And I'd like to make some, I just started pretty much, YouTube videos and things like last December-ish. So this palette was released like last September. And I'd like to do some reels and shorts featuring this palette, because this is really, really beautiful. Now, other than that green, this palette's right up my alley. I absolutely love it. And it is a little darker, but it's so summery. Like, if you can think of like a sunset look, this is that kind of a palette. So you have purples, you have like some rustish, orangish sort of shades, a little bit of yellow there, some bronzish like shades. You know, you have your blacks, your grays. The ones on the bottom are more of a burgundy, like a purple. And then there's some brighter purples in the middle. Oh, this is just phenomenal. And this is another great quality palette. So this is one that I'm pulling out to put on the vanity to do some looks, like summerish type of looks with it. And I just absolutely love it. So it'll be coming out. And I am going to, someday, I'll do a video featuring all my Jeffree Star. And that would be quite a video, let me tell you, because I have a lot of Jeffree Star. And then the one thing I forgot to go over is some lippies. So here's some lippies that I use a lot. Here's two from Fenty. So this is the Fenty. This is one of the Gloss Bomb sticks with the sparkles in it. And this is in hot chocolate. And I love this one. And we'll do a little swatcheroo to see us out here. And I've worn this quite a bit. It is glorious. Just the perfect thing to put on when you don't know what else to put on, or you need something that's going to go with everything. That's it. And this is the new lippy from, this is the cherry something, I don't know, cherry. It was in this set, the limited edition set, Cherry Amour, I'm sorry. And this is beautiful. That's another one that's really easy to wear. And it's not really a red. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful shade. I really love this one. So, and then a couple of liners I keep around because I love them and why not. But this is the MAC Cool Spice and MAC Stone. These are both cool toned. So I love to just have them around to put on because you can wear them with just about anything. So that is Stone. Stone's a newer shade from MAC, and so is Cool Spice. Because their regular one was Spice. And so then they made a Cool Spice. So both of these are newer shades for MAC. And I do have Spice laying around here. I just had it in my hand. I'd show you the difference. See, that's why I need some organization in my life, because then I can never find anything that I'm really looking for. But anyway, I'll show you sometime what the difference is. And here's the new one from Fenty. I have this in here. That goes with that Cherry Amour that was in the set. This is the one of the traced out ones. And I can't remember what the name of this is, but I'm going to use this one too. So it's in my drawer. And it's look at that. It's a beautiful, like a neutral chocolate. Love it. Okay. And then I have, for lipsticks, I have two. I have Stone from MAC and Flesh Pot, because you can, if you put your lip liner, you can put Flesh Pot over top of just about any lip liner that you can imagine. And then Stone is a newer shade, and Flesh Pot is a shade that they brought back, like from one of their retro shades. And I love both of these. Flesh Pot is really, really cool. It is so versatile. It just, in fact, I'll probably order another one just to have in case they'd stop making it. But I mean, you figure that one of those dark liners and then this in the middle of your lips, and it's just super, super stunning. I don't even know. I can't even hardly look at it. It's so nice. Not even enough words. And then this is a newer lipstick, like I said, from Stone. This is a Maximal, and it has a bit of a sheen to it, so it's really cool. I believe this is Flesh Pot's a Maximal. Yeah, it is. So this is Stone, and I know I've had Stone somewhere. And there it is. Love, love, love. So you can, I don't pay a lot of attention to what lips to go with what palette. I like to keep lipsticks like that are going to go with anything. That's more versatile to me. I don't wear a lot of like pink or wild shades of lipstick. I'm more of a neutral kind of a girl for my lipsticks. And so that's why I keep something like this. because you can see with this shade range here that it's going to look good with the Gothic Beach. It's going to look good with that Urban Decay palette. So then I don't even have to think about what I'm going to put on my lips. So then I have 2 glosses to talk about. I have the Jeffree Star Liquid Lip Balm, and this is awesome. Beautiful, beautiful shade. This is in red rum, but it's not really opaque. It's very sheer, and it's just beautiful to throw on your lips with a lip liner or just by itself. And then this is the Tower 28, and I love this little lip gloss. This is so nice, and they have a great smell to them too, like almost like a vanilla. And I'll put this next to the Jeffree Star. You can see a little bit of a difference. It's just a little pinker than the Jeffree Star, but what a beautiful shade. And that's the Tower 28. That's the Jeffree Star. Love them. So these are my favorites right now. What I'm using all the time on my vanity now. I did bring in these 2 palettes. The Gothic Beach and the Urban Decay will be what I'll be using next. And then I just used the Huda. I might end up using Huda a little bit more too, to explore some more of those shades. And then I have this little Moon Dust eyeshadow that I'm bringing into the vanity. But that is it. That is what my stash is today. I'm hoping as these go along, I'll add and subtract, and it'll help me with my organization a little bit better, and then decluttering as well. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this Shop My Stash with me, and we will see you in the next one.